Alright, we're back. Let's see. Yes? Yeah, that should be good. We should be all good. Oh, hang on. Need to sit properly. Yeah, there we go. Properly enough. Alright. Boop. Gonna do some programming again. Should be the last part of this async thingy I'm following. We've learned a lot so far. At least I've learned a lot about how async works. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got the guard thing. That's pretty good. Yeah, we were doing implementations of stuff. Self, zero, lock, unwrap, true. Yeah. Join handles, futures, making a spawner, having an async main. Yeah. Dang. Okay. All right. God, my glasses are fogging over. I don't know why. I'm kind of sweating. That's probably why. I'm a sweaty boy. Yeah, Scraphill. Hello, hello. Welcome back. How you doing? How's the move going? Did you already know you were still preparing the move, right? If I remember correctly. Big over the ocean move. Nice. Yeah, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good week. Alright, let's see. Of course. Of course. Yep. Nice. Async await isn't just for sleeping. Our goal all along has been input-output I/O. Especially network input-output. Communication over network. Now that we have futures and tasks, we can do some real work. Let's go. Yep. All the preparations are going well. That's nice to hear. Heat came back, but it's okay. Your fan is working overtime. Nice. Gosh, glad you got a fan. I'm glad the weather over here isn't. It's not overheating yet. What are we at? That's pretty close to me. That's close enough that I don't. Yeah, it's about 22. 22 and overcast. Oh god, it's gonna. Oh god, it's gonna be a horrible week. 29, 20. I'm gonna die. Fucking hell, I'm gonna die next week. Heat's coming back here as well. It's gonna be horrible. Look at my side. Oh no, I don't think I want to. Hang on. There was something flying up against my leg. And now I don't see it. I do not like that. Okay, hang on. Weather. Marseille. There we go. 31, 32, 30. Jeez, that's not nice. At least your humidity is pretty fine though. You're like 45. If you go back to where I'm about at, Leeuwarden. Like our humidity is hitting the 60s. Oh, it's going down. Oh god, it's going up again. 60, 65. Mosquito. Yeah, it could also be like a hornet. We've had some troubles with hornets over the last days, so that's why I was especially jumpy there. 37 under shades, crazy in the peak of summer. I mean, that's just France for you, man. I mean, I've been there on holiday. It's actually it's pretty doable because your humidity isn't like, yeah, those ain't nice. I don't want to get stinged by that. But yeah, at least in my experience in southern France is that humidity makes it manageable. And over here we get like next 30, but humidities can go up to the 80s, and that 80% humidity that's just it's not nice. I don't like it. But yeah, I do prefer like Scandinavian summers. Like just get it up to 20 max and I'm fine. Doesn't have to go up 30 for me. Let's go back to ordinary non-asynchronous Rust for a moment. We'll start with a toy server program and a client that it talks to. Then we'll use threads to combine the server and several clients into one example that we can run on the playground. Once that combination is working, we'll translate it into async, building on the main loop we wrote in part 2. Alright, let's have a look. What's going on here? We got a main that's gonna return input output result. It's creating a listener at the local host. Creates a mutable integer of 1. And then it accepts something. Let's see, listener, yeah, it accepts inputs. If it gets an input, it writes start MSG. Let's start N. Yeah, so it starts at 1. Then it waits for a second and it writes N2. And then it writes that to the socket and it goes +1. Okay, so it writes start 1. It sends, actually it doesn't write, it sends over the socket start 1. After that it waits a second. Then it writes start end 1. It makes like end 1 is a string. After that it sends it and it goes +1. So after that it goes start 2, end 2, yada yada yada. Start listening on port 8000. For each connection it receives, it writes a start message. Sleeps for 1 second and writes an end message. And then over here we go like, hey, we get something from, we connect to this IP address, we copy it, and then we return OK. So it doesn't do anything. Client opens the connection to a server, copies all the bytes it received into a standard output. Oh, it goes to IO std out. Yeah. So it goes to the output. As soon as they arrive, it doesn't sleep, but it still takes seconds. Yeah, because the server takes a second to send a new message. Because the server takes a second to finish responding. Nice. Under the covers, IO copy is a convenience wrapper around standard read and write methods, and read blocks until input arrives. Okay, so alright. So the copy is just like, hey, we're gonna go to output. That's fine. These programs can talk to each other on the playground. You might want to take the time to run them on your computer, or even better with two different computers on your Wi-Fi network. If you haven't done this before, seeing it work on a real network is pretty cool. Yeah, well, I pretty much know how this goes. Makes sense. Let's get this working on the playground by putting server and client together in one program. Since they're both blocking, we'll have to run them. Yeah, because over here it makes the thread sleep for a second. So just for 1 second, nothing can happen on this thread. And over here, this one also blocks until it gets an output. So yeah, you don't want to run them on the same thread. We'll rename their main function to client main and server main. While we're at it, we'll run 10 clients at the same time. Sure. Note that the return type handled JSON in this example is thread IO result. Yeah, result nested into another result. Yeah, we put the result in the result so we can get the results by getting the results. IO errors from client threads wind up in the inner result and handled with a question mark. The output result represents another client, whether the client thread panicked, and we propagate those panics with unwrap. Yeah, if it crashes, we just ignore it basically. Fair enough. Alright, so we can open a playground here, I think. We got this. What if we run it? There we go. Compiling start and one start to. Yeah, you can see it working like kind of async because it doesn't exactly line up. And it makes, yeah, this is still the same loop. This is the client. Yeah, alright. So over here we just go, we create the listener. We make a spawn server main listener. Server main is over here. We pass the listener to the server main. That just does its thing. And then we create 10 different, we just loop from 1 to 10. And then we create a client for each of those. Client handles.push. Spawn thread client main. Yeah, and after that we join them and unwrap them. Fair enough. Okay. This works on Playground, but it takes 10 seconds. Even though the clients are running parallel, the server is only responding to one of them at the same time. Let's make the server spawn the new threads for each incoming request. Yeah, because the server is still running on one thread. Over here somewhere. Yeah, the server is still just running on the main thread. Okay, so over here we spawn, we move one response socket unwrap. Yeah, we just create a thread for each server, and that's about all we do. It still works, but now it only takes one. Actually, let's run it. Let's have a look. Because I expect if we run this, we just get everything at once because they run parallel. Yeah, there we go. I love that even the order is not like it's go 1, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 10. That's also it should no, it doesn't even respond in that order. Oh, that's pretty cool. Only takes 1 second is exactly the behavior we want. Now we're ready for a final project, expanding the main loop from part 2 that we still have over here, and translating this example into array. There are two big problems we need to solve. First, we need an input-output function that returns immediately instead of blocking, even when there's no input yet, so that we can use them in future poll. Remember that blocking and poll holds up the entire main loop, which in our single thread implementation will block all tasks. That's always a performance issue, but in this case it's a correctness issue too. Once we get this example working, we'll have 10 tasks waiting to read input from the server task. If a client task blocks the server task, then input will never arrive and the program will deadlock. That's fair. Second, when all our tasks are waiting for input, we want them to sleep instead of busy looping, and we need to wake up when any input arrives. There's a solution for the first problem in the standard library. TCP listener and TCP stream don't have set non-blocking methods, which makes accept, read, and write return error kind would block instead of blocking. Do we just want to return error though? That kind of sounds like blocking. Technically, set non-blocking by itself is enough to get async IO working. Without solving the second problem, we'll burn 100% CPU busy looping until we exit. But our output will still be correct, and we can lay a lot of groundwork before we get to the more complicated part. Okay, nice. When we wrote food, join all, and sleep in part 1, each of them required a struct definition, a poll function, and a constructor function. To cut down on boilerplate this time around, we'll use std future poll function, which takes a standalone poll function and generates the rest of the future. Alright, so we can basically make the poll function and generate the future from that. That's a pretty nice thing to know about. There are 4 potentially blocking operations that we need to asyncify. There's an accept and write on the server side, and there's connect and read on the client side. Let's start with accept. We're writing this an async function that creates a future and then immediately awaits it. But we could also have written it as a non-async function that returns a future. That would be cleaner, but we need lifetimes in the function signature, and the obvious way to write them turns out to be subtly incorrect. The 2024 edition will fix this by changing the way that return position implement trait types capture lifetime parameters. That's a lot of fancy words that I half understand. Let's go. Alright, just having a look at this. I'm just gonna write it and we'll think about it while writing it. Yeah, this down here. Oh, excuse me. I didn't want to do that. What I did want to do was just delete it. There we go. Alright, so we want a new async function. That's accept. That will accept the listening, right? Yeah, we'll create a listener, we'll pass it to this, and this will accept it and do stuff with it. So listener will be a mutable TCP listener. And we'll return IO result. And you want a TCP stream and socket address? Socket ADDR? Alright, I probably need some imports. Let's have a look at what they import over here. STD, yeah, there we go. So we go to the top. What we want is to use stdio, just all of them. Then we want use stdnet, want a TCP listener and the TCP stream that we get from using the listener. Say, TCP listener, name TCP listener is defined multiple times. Oh, I'm already importing that one. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Socket address, is that used down here? Yeah, it is. Whee! There we go, all up. Where's socket? I don't see it in this example, so I'm kind of confused. You're definitely using socket address, right? Yeah. Very interesting. Oh, maybe it's in IO preload. STD net socket address? Huh. Okay, well, we'll just add it to this one. Socket address. There we go. Alright, go all the way to the end. Alright, so what are we doing in here? We do std future poll event. Yeah, we create a poll. Creates a future that wraps function returning poll. Polling the future delegates to a wrapped function. If the returned future is pinned, then the capture environment of the wrapped function is also pinned in place as long as closure. Okay, nice. So we can do this. We want the input to be context, I guess. And we're gonna match the listener. Oh, listener.accept? Yeah. So basically this is gonna create a future that's gonna listen to the function listener.accept. And based on what that one returns to us, we can do stuff. So let's see, we have a possibility of an OK. OK will have one argument. Yo, 6BDW, DBW, how you doing? Thank you for the follow. My notifications seem to have broken because I did not hear a sound there. Hang on 1 second. Hello? Why are my notifications broken? Hang on, I'm gonna do a little test notification, see if that should work. Let's do test trigger. Oh, there was a sound, it was just very soft. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah, apparently I put my headphone. I did hear it that time. How are you doing, 6B? 6D? Thank you for the follow. I'm just, apparently I'm just deaf. I don't know why I chose that username, it was just a random one. Also, hello, Mr. Dev. I see you there. Little lurker, always appreciate it. Alright, let's see if it's okay. We have two arguments. What are we doing? We set a non-blocking, sure. That makes sense to do. Hey, you miss an arm, stop complaining. We'll get there when we get there. Actually, maybe we get... No. No, we don't get there. I'll behave. I'll just write this one. We're gonna ignore all the errors until later. Alright, so if it's okay, we set the stream to non-blocking and we poll ready. We return the poll ready with the OK, and then we do the stream and the address. We need one more. Yeah, that's gonna be a return, so I don't need anything else. And we have an error case. Oh, we have two of them. If e.kind. Oh, what kind of error? Yes, is IO error kind. Oh, that's, yeah, I got it. So we just check for the error, if it would be blocking. If it is, we just, yeah, we're gonna go busy loop. I mean, I think at some point this is gonna be like a way, we're gonna make it wait for a certain time. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, hang on. I need to stop thinking about stuff while I'm writing other stuff. Alright, if you would block, what are we gonna do then? If it would stop, yeah, we're gonna do the bus loop. So context waker, we're gonna wake by ref. So we'll just wake it up. We return poll pending, and it will come back when it's ready. Well, it's not gonna wait till it's ready. It's just gonna pull immediately, but that's something to fix later. All right, what's going on over here? Pull. Yeah, if you're an error, we just say you're ready, and we just pass the error. We just pass it up. And we await all of this. We return that. Let's see what's going on. Make the errors inline. You need a comma, I think. Yeah. What's going on? Expected one of context. Context.waker.wake by rep is not allowed. Interesting. Alright, let's make these errors a bit different. What's going on? Expected one of comma, colon, or... Am I forgetting to close something here? Wait, no, I know. Oh, it's not that one, it's that one. Yeah. If maybe missing an else clause. Oh yeah, we don't need to do that over here. Oh my lord. Okay, hold on. Like, it's definitely this opening curly bracket. Goes at the end of the line. Wait, it goes after the if? Oh, right, I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've used them before. As you might notice by now, 60, I am relatively new to Rust. I started learning, I think, a bit over a month ago. So yeah, I do make a lot of stupid errors. Hopefully you'll get used to it. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I for no, we definitely need to go. What language are you coming from? I'm a web developer, and that web developer by day. Like I work with Angular at my job, so I'm coming from an entirely different background. But yeah, I want to learn. Oh, hang on, save it. Yeah, I wanted to learn like I don't want to say proper language. I want to learn some low-level coding. So I decided to dive into Rust, and honestly it's been a blast. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I really like how it's set up. I do make a lot of stupid mistakes because I'm new to it and I'm not used to this kind of memory safe programming. Because once again, JavaScript. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. Lots of people have found their way into system level stuff via Rust. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm just enjoying it. Like honestly, the projects I really want to do is making a Twitch integration for my stream. Just because I think it'd be fun to make one. But I wanted to learn async before that, so for the past two streams, I've been working through this. That's kind of a tutorial, I guess, about how you make your own async, just to understand better how it works, and it's really helped me out so far. You do sound like you're a lot more experienced with Rust, though. You made some cool stuff. Okay. Oh, I forgot to close that one, but that should be closed. I think over here. Which one are you? You're that one. You are. I think it's over. No, not that one. Oh, a little heart rate. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll definitely mismatch that. There's my water. Interested in seeing how people learn? You make some tutorial vids. Oh, cool. On Rust specifically, or like on a specific subsection of Rust? Yeah, but just general Rust programming or something in particular. Alright, hold on. Let's remove this. And let's see what's all going on. Expected semicolon. Alright. Mismatch closing the limiter, unclose the limiter. Oh wait, this one's probably. Hold on. I think I get it. Because this one. Yeah, this one closes the whole function. There we go. And then. Should it be like this? No, because this one should close the whole function. This one is not returning anything right now. Now it should. Actually working on an async tutorial at the moment. Oh, you're in luck. Well, actually, I was in dire need of one. But yeah, I've been trying to figure async out. But I'm also struggling with some basic red stuff. All right, hold on. Let's have a look at it. Missing arm R is not covered. And found one argument. Argument 2 is not found. Okay, so we have the match listener over here. That has 3 arms right now, although it can't find one, so I'm probably closing something that I shouldn't be closing. Yeah, it's on this one. Okay, so now we have all the arms of the R. Start of line 11. Yeah, sorry, they're relative to my cursor position, but I think it's like this, right? Yeah, there we go. Ignore 11. Yeah, I get why you said 11 though. Yeah, but I got it, yeah, like this. Okay, so we make a poll. The poll function is okay if it's, let's see, listener accept. If the listener accepts, we set it non-blocking. We say ready. If it would block, we just, yeah, we just infinite loop until it doesn't block. And if we get an error, we propagate the error. That sounds fair to me. The key is handling would block errors by converting them to pending. Calling wake by ref whenever we return pending, like we did in the second version of Sleep Part 1, makes this a busy loop. We'll fix that next section. We're assuming that the TCP listener is already in non-blocking mode, and we're putting the return TCP stream in non-blocking mode too, to get ready for async writes. Yes. Yeah, so we're just making sure all our TCP isn't blocking our stream. Our stream is not the right word, but you guys know what I mean. First, let's implement those writes. If we wanted to copy Tokyo, we define an async write trait and make everything generic, but that's a lot of code. Instead, let's keep it short and hard code that we're writing to a TCP stream. And for this example, it makes sense to just do it like that. So this does async function write all. So we make a mutable buffer. Mut buff. No, we don't make it, we get past it. That's just 8 unsigned integers. Yeah, fair enough. Sorry, unsigned 8-bit integers. There we go. And we pass the stream along as a mutable TCP stream. Oh, it's add time. TCP. TCP stream. Okay, let's see. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright, ads are over. Well, that's good. Alright, I did take the liberty of just writing a little bit over here. It already has some errors, but that's fine. Because, yeah, over here we're gonna write into the TCP stream. So we're gonna get past the stream. Over here we have the listener that gets passed. And over here we have the stream that the listener is listening to. We create a new poll function. Oh, we also pass a buffer. I think that we're gonna write a buffer, right? That's how it goes. Okay, buff. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. So I'm not entirely sure what OK0 does. Match stream buff. Yeah, that's a return type from the buffer, which can't write 0. I'm hoping that's going to be explained. I'm assuming it is. So far, the explanation in this this thing has been really good. So yeah, in that case, we create an error and return poll ready with an error. 0 is how many bytes were sent. Okay. Oh, it returns like an OK with the number of bytes sent. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, so if there's no byte sent, it can't do anything. So that's fair. Then we have the like normal OK case. Should be, yeah, over here. So we have OK with N. And we just make the buffer equal to whatever's in the first N characters of buff, or N bytes of buff. And then we have an error case. We have two error cases. Well, the first is if we're doing the blocking thing. IO error kind would block. There it is. So if it would block, we're gonna do the whole loop again. Context waker wake by ref, and we return poll pending. And then we have the error case when there's another error. So we just return the error, we propagate it, and something else can deal with it. And in this case, we just panic probably. That's it, right? Yeah. Whoop. And then over here, we just say poll ready ok. And let's return that. Alright. TCP gets the right TCP stream gets the write method from stdio write rate. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to close this one. Doesn't this one need a comma? Am I? Well, I am an idiot, but I definitely forgot a colon over here. Mismatch closing delimiter. Oh, I probably closed it improperly again. Yeah, we probably don't need that. No, we do need that one. We need another one? No, that doesn't make sense. Let's see. Too many? Yeah. Oh, there's one over here. No, that's okay. Let's see. Um, it's over here. I think it's this one, right? Yeah. No method right found for mutable reference. TCP stream right isn't guaranteed. Nani? Oh, I do need to write a scope to it. Oh, right. Well, I have ALP STD IO in scope. Or do I explicitly need to add, like use STD IO, right? Can't find but. No but found. It should be buff. Yeah, I was kind of assuming it would be important because I just use SDIO, but apparently I need it explicitly. This expression creates a reference which is immediately dereferenced by the compiler. That's fine for now. Let's see, TCP stream write isn't guaranteed to consume all of buff, so we need to call it in loop, bumping buff forward each time. It's unlikely that we'll see okay 0 from TCP stream. But if we do, it's better for that to be an error than infinite loop. Fair enough, because it isn't okay. Loop condition also means that we won't make any calls to write if buff is initially empty, which matches the default behavior of write all. So this disintegration rule in case there are many threads with the same method name. That's fair. Yeah, that's extremely fair to make sure you explicitly get that one. Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. Those are the async building blocks we need for the server, and now we can write the async version of server main. Alright, let's have a look over here. Because we have one response and server main. Spawn async move, one response. Okay, yeah, so we create a server that just listens to the TCP server every time it gets a connection. It's gonna spawn one response into basically a join handle, and one response basically gets the message. The playground 5's in the way, it's kind of annoying. Where is it? One response. Write all, print all, one response. There you are. Yeah, alright, so you get the TCP stream and a number. We create the start message, we write that, and after that we sleep 1 second. We send the end message, we write that, and after that we close it. Yeah. Yeah, and we use write all that we just create over here and accept to actually manage it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's have a look if we try to copy this async function. One response with a mutable socket. That's going to be the TCP stream, right? No, you need a listener, don't you? You need a listener, I'd say. No, stream. Yeah, because it's sending. This one's sending, sorry. Of course you don't need a listener, you need to stream. Yeah, and we have n as an unsigned 64-bit integer, and we return the IO result with a function, or okay, just empty, right? Yeah, empty tuplet. So I create it, we make the start message. That's just gonna be a little format. Start with the N and a little line break. After that, we use the write all function we made. The buffer will be our message as byte. Yes. And the stream will be a socket. Then we wait for a sec. Yeah. Sleep with a duration of from seconds 1. I almost forgot a little bracket over there. We need to await that, of course, because we need to wait for that to be done. Then we make the end message. Let me just copy this. End message. Yeah, and that will be end number. Yeah, we don't have a return type. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. Mismatch types. Oh, I need to make you mutable. Wait, you need to be past mutable, right? No. Oh, we're not getting a mutable socket here. Okay. Well, then we just pass it as a mutable reference. Mismatch types, yeah, you get your return. Don't worry about it. Here. Here's your little return. No more complaints. Okay, a little bit more warnings, but we can live with some warnings. Alright, we make a new write all. We call a new write all. With end message as byte as a start. And stream will be. Yeah, still the mutable socket. I don't know why I'm thinking this much about it. Do we need to await these? Yeah, of course we do. Yeah. I was thinking on a second, but it's an async function. We need to await them. I mean, we're not passing them to a handler later on, so we do really need to await them. There we go. Yeah, so we basically pass this to our write all function. That's going to do all the stuff we just discussed. Then we call the sleep function we made earlier. That's just honestly all it does is sleep. It returns a little sleep, and sleep is just wake time. And we added that to a future with poll function, and the poll checks the wake time and just make sure it's wakes. Yeah, of course, we have our main loop that looks at the global we made, wake time. It gets the first result from wake time. And if that's the current result, it waits until we're at that point in time and then it wakes it. Yes. Sorry, I had to go over that in my head because we made this Monday, I think. Yeah, we did. Alright, hold on. I didn't make server wake yet. No, I definitely did not. Hang on. Where were we? We're working on the one response. That's the one. Yeah. So we have that one. Then we also need the server main. Server main. That's going to be passed listener. With a TCP listener in there. Oh, hold on. Why do you do this? Why are you like this? There we go. Alright, we make a little mutable n that starts off as 1. And then we just loop. Create a socket. Yeah, socket, we don't care about the other one. That's the acceptation from our mutable listener. Dot await. Then we spawn something new. It's all going to be async. Yeah, it's going to be an async move function. There's going to be one response with the socket. And I think n. We just pass n, right? Yeah, we just pass n. Because that's the number and one response knows what to do with the number. Alright, then we await this. We unwrap the result. I think that's it. Yeah. And I don't think we need to, yeah, we need to add 1 to n. So we go n plus 1. N plus is 1. There we go. Function returns, wait, you return? Oh, we need to unwrap this one. There we go. Await, unwrap. Server mains never used. One response never used. Except, yeah, that's right. Y'all are not used yet. Similar to the thread example we started with, we never join the server task, so we use unwrap to print to std error if they fail. Previously we did that inside the closure, and here we do it inside an async block, which works like an anonymous async function that takes no argument. Hopefully that works, but we need to translate the client before we can test it. Of course we do. We just did async write, so let's do async read. The counterpart of write all is read to end. It's not quite what we want here. We want to print output as soon as it arrives, rather than collecting it in a vac and printing it all at the end. Let's keep things short again and hardcode the printing. We'll call it print all. Okay, so with print all, that's gonna accept a mutable TCP stream. It's gonna return IO results. We're gonna create a new future based on the poll function we're declaring. Let's see, what do you have? We make a mutable buffer that's a vector or an array from 0 to 124. Match stream read, yeah, as long as we read. If we have nothing to read, we're done. So we can pull ready, okay. After that, if we are okay with a number, we just write everything from the number. If we get an error with would block, we do a busy loop again. And if there's an error, we pass it up. Okay, I'm not gonna type all this because it's basically the same as the other, as the, where's the write all? As the write all. So we're just gonna dump it down here as print all. No method, yeah, okay, and I do need to import not only write, but probably also read. There we go, no more errors, lovely. Okay, 0 from a read means enter file, but otherwise this is similar to write all above. Yeah, the other async building block we need for our client is connect, but there are a couple of problems with that. First, TCP stream connect creates a new stream, and there's no way for us to call set non-blocking on that stream before connect talks to network. Second, connect can include a DNS lookup, and async DNS is a whole can of worms. Oh god, I can only imagine. Yeah. DNS needs to read config files like etc resolve, so the OS implementation is in libc rather than the kernel, and libc only exposes blocking interfaces like get address info. Those configs are unstandardized and platform specific, and reading them is a pain. Even Tokyo punts on this and makes a blocking call to get address info on a thread pool. For comparison, the net module in Golang standard library contains 2 DNS implementation, an ASIC resolver for simple cases, and a fallback resolver that also calls get address info on a thread pool. Oh crap, yeah. Yeah, okay, let's not get into DNS. Solving those problems here would be a lot of trouble without much benefit. Yes, definitely, I feel that. So we're going to cheat and just assume connect doesn't block. This is big time cheating, but our example only connects to itself, so we'll get away with it. In the real world, we'd use a proper async implementation like Tokyo net TCP stream connect. Yeah, that's what I'm using for my program as well. But now I actually get why. Okay, with one real async building block and one blatant lie, we can write client main. Assume that it connects returns correctly. Yeah. Okay, so we have server main that's somewhere up here. One response, server main, there it is. So, excuse me. Yeah. So we're also just gonna dump down client main over here. It's also gonna IO result, presumably just like this. Oh no, okay. Okay. Like that, right? That's just, where is client? Client underscore main. Yeah, oh no, just empty function. The OK, yeah, the OK isn't included in the return type. The OK just means it is gonna be returned. Alright, so we make a mutable socket TCP stream connect to like local host 8K. That's all you need for connect, right? Just URI? Yep, URL, I guess. Ish. We set it to non-blocking. Socket set non-blocking to true. We say print all that's in the socket. Yeah, we pass the mutable socket because we need to be able to empty it. Dot await. And after that, it's all okay. It's all dandy. We're done. And finally, async main. Oh, I still have that up here. I should have it. This is normal main that's basically a check around async main. Yeah, async main. I mean, it's mostly the same as what we had. Let's see. Avoid erase between bind and connect by binding before spawn. Yeah, that's probably smart. So we make a new listener. TCP listener. No, 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 no. Names. We're talking about names. Listener equals TCP listener. Bind. Yeah, we just go to 00008K. We don't need to await it. No, it's not async. We just had a whole thing about it not being async. Why am I like this? All right, we set that to non-blocking. Listener set non-blocking to true. After that, we create a server. Yeah. Spawn async server main listener await unwrap. Danny should be it too, right? Why can't we unwrap the listener? Server main server underscore main. You don't return anything. No, we can't unwrap something that doesn't return, but should you not return anything? Let's print all. Wait, server main. That's async main. Server main's up here, right? Write all except server main. Oh, apparently you should return something, but we don't actually return anything in here, so I'm kind of confused why it's talking about that. IO result. Boop. And now it's gonna. Why? Oh wait, unwrap does. No, unwrap doesn't return. I'm honestly kind of confused why this returns anything because I don't really see where we return anything. It might be the unwrap. If there's an error, it can return that, and like everything other than this returns an IO result. So that does kind of make sense to me. Yeah, I believe unwrap just froze an error. Panics, I believe is a Rust term. If it goes wrong, unwrap either succeed or panic. Yeah, it either succeeds or panic, and if it panics, it returns IO result. Panic is not return. Yeah, I'm confused why this is returning anything, because I'm not. The loop returns technically. There we go. That's it. Yeah, the loop returns, and apparently that's an IO result. Panic is an uncatchable exception that unwinds the whole thread. Oh right. Yeah, otherwise you have the result and the error part of the match tree that's the error. Like this. This prevents the panic. If you're panicking, you're too late. No, that loop won't ever terminate. No, it won't. Well, no. It's async. I believe we're just ignoring it, and once we close our normal main loop, where's our fn main? Sorry, fn main. Our fn main does break, I believe. Yeah, if there's nothing to wait on, our main loop breaks, and we just ignore the async one, and that gets written out of memory because the whole program stops. Alright, what's going on here? Should return. Yeah, there we go. So I could declare whatever return type. Yeah, I mean, it also would never return anything, so I would expect that to actually be a thing. But then again, if it doesn't ever return anything, why would you otherwise? Oh yeah, the question mark operator also forces a return, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So that's IO result. Uh, that should prevent some errors over there. Okay, lovely. Yeah, we were writing this and then I got confused. One reason would be that one day you might start handling errors in the loop and decide to return and you don't want the API to change. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good reason to do it. I'm just confused that Rust lets you allows it since it doesn't actually ever return at this point, but it does kind of make sense because if you never return, you can't have a wrong return type. So why would you? Yeah, and then you can already build around stuff that's gonna be of importance later. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, hold on. Async main. We were looking at async main. You can declare any. Yeah, yeah. I mean, at first glance, I was like, that's weird, but with the argument like, okay, you're gonna implement error, but you're gonna implement a return type later, but you don't have time for it now. That's actually really nice that you can just declare the return type and get back to it when you have the time to do it. All right, hold on. What we're doing over here? Yeah, you need a semicolon at the end. There we go. And then task handles. Yeah, over here we say task handles push spawn client main, not foo. You're just client main. And over here we just handle await. Yeah, there we go. Client main. Oh, you don't need. Yeah, that's right. You don't need that. And then over here, handle in task handles, handle await. Mismatch types. Let me make this more readable. Expect CNAME ID as the error found unit type. For loop evaluate to unit type. That's because we don't do this, I believe. There we go. Um, yeah, we don't need this anymore. Alright, hold on. Let me just open the task manager over here. Oh shit, my GPU's what? My GPU already was at 100% for a second when I opened task manager, but that's probably just task manager. Alright, let's see. So, theoretically, if we run this, we should see a big CPU spike. So, do our cargo run? I didn't even overload the CPU. Let's do it again. 35. Yeah, it does hop up to like 80% usage. Probably if we made like 100, it would get stuck at if we made like 100 different counts, it would get stuck at 100%. All right, but yeah, it does work. Now we just need yeah, we need to pull so we don't actually do it like this. So we don't just infinitely sleep or infinitely wait and call the same function until it's finally done. Second big problem we need to solve is sleeping the main loop until input arrives. This is something that we can do on our own and we need the help from the operating system. Excuse me? We're going to use the poll system call for this, which is available on all Unix-like OSs, including Linux and Mac OS. Will involve the C standard library function. I'm running this as WSL, right? Yeah, I am. So technically I'm on Unix, so we should be fine. Let's see, it's no coincidence that Rust's future poll interface shares its name with poll system, poll system call, and the C standard library function that wraps it. They solve different layers of the same problem, managing many input-output operations at the same time without a busy loop. Okay. So let's see. What is this gonna do? We'll invoke it using C standard library function libc poll. It looks like this in Rust. So make it public, unsafe, extern, C function poll. FTS mute poll FD, NFTS, NFTST, timeout C int. It's a C int. Libc poll takes a list of poll file descriptors and timeouts in milliseconds. The timeout will let us wake up for sleeps in addition to IO, replacing thread sleep in our main loop. Oh my lord. Okay, ads are coming up. I'm gonna grab some more water. I'll be right back. This is gonna be a brain breaker. Dang. Alright, I'll be back in but a minute. Alright, we're back. I don't know anything about C or operating systems, so this is gonna be interesting. With available Unix, yeah. We'll invoke it using the C standard library function libc pull, which looks like this in Rust. Okay. Libc pull takes a list of pull file descriptors and a timeout in milliseconds. The timeout will let us wake up for sleep in addition to I/O, replacing thread sleep in our main loop. Each pull FD looks like this. Wait, that's this one. So it has an integer. It has, what the fuck is a short? Oh, C short, short. C data types, short. Oh, if only I could type short. Short unsigned integer types capable. Yeah, right. So it's an unsigned 16-bit integer. Yep. 16-bit int. Yes. Alright, so it has events, that's 16-bit int, and R event is also 16-bit. The FD field is the file descriptor, or in Rust terms, a raw file descriptor. It's an identifier that Unix-like OS use to track open resources like files and sockets. Okay. We can get a descriptor from a TCP listener on a TCP stream by calling srawfd, which returns rawfd, a type alias for cint. Okay. The event field is a collection of bit flags indicating what you're waiting for. The most common events are pull in, meaning inputs available, and pull out, meaning space available in output buffers. We'll wait for pull in when we get would block from a read, and we'll wait for pull out when we get would block from a write. Fair enough. The R events field or returned events is similar but used for output rather than input. After pull returns, the bit in this field indicates whether the corresponding descriptors was one of the ones that was caused by the wake up. We could use this to pull only the specific tasks that wake up is for, but for simplicity we'll ignore this field and pull every task every time we wake up. Yeah, sure. Our async I/O functions accept write all and print all need a way to send pull f as FDS and wakers back to main, so that main can call a libc pull. We had a couple more global facts for this, plus a helper function to populate them. Whenever we hold more than one lock at a time, we would need to make sure that all callers lock them in the same order to avoid deadlock. We're locking pull FDS before pull wakers here, so we'll do the same in main. Yeah, of course, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, so we're gonna create two more globals. So we have the static pull FDS. That's gonna be a mutex vector of libc pull. Where do I import? Is libc an std? Probably is, right? Right? btmap future IO preload, no. OSFD, srawfd. Oh, it's not in there. Interesting. Let's have a look at static libc pull fd. Oh, mutex. I added a T to mutex again. I keep doing that. So that's a new mutex from a new vector. Alright. I added the T again. Alright. Use of unresolved module or unlinked crate. I don't see it being included anywhere. libc, yeah. Interesting. libc is great. Alright, so I do need to add it to the project. That's fair enough. Um, car, excuse me, cargo at libc. I maybe could have done like only std, but this is fine. Oh no, it only did std and didn't use the other ones. Alright, lovely. It's in the playground by default. That's why I don't. Yeah, okay. That's why I couldn't find it. Thank you. Very kind of you. Alright, so we have that. We have pull FDS and we have pull Wakers. And that's basically the same, right? That's also a mutex. Well, I don't think I have pull FD in there. No, it's just Wakers. Of course it's just Wakers. Yeah, it's that code. We'll get there when we get there. Yeah, function to register the pull FDs. That makes sense. Actually, let me add them over here. So function register pull FD. The tutorial has made some interesting choices. Any particular interesting choices? I mean, the goal was more to explain how async actually works under the hood. And I think, like in my opinion, it does that pretty well. Like it takes you through the how the polling works, how the async actually does it, like the async what's it called? The async wrapper around that you need in the main that Tokyo like does for you. And that was my main goal in following this tutorial, just having a bit more background info on how this actually works. I'm not using any of this code for anything except learning now, because I don't think it's good code, honestly. Then again, I don't think my code is good code, but alright, so we have a contact. You're surprised it leaves the poll syscall to the end. It's fundamental to the point of async. The syscall? Because I mean they went over polling earlier. I mean I think it was pretty early. Was it in here? No, this is just waking. Yeah, no, it the poll function was pretty early. Sleep, join. Where's that stupid thing? Yeah, this trade. It was like one of the first thing. But that's like poll the poll FN is not poll. No, that's fair. But I think this is there are many things called poll and async. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, apparently there's also a system poll. But I think it was more an explanation of the Rust side of it. And these things are usually handled for you, I feel. Not entirely sure because I haven't actually written async. Oh, I mean technically I've written async code, but it's not proper async, you know. It's just what somebody who doesn't know what's going on tries to do with it. Implement as raw fd. Curious why you decide to do async? Because I want to do well. Honestly, a lot of people came in here and what like it'd probably be a lot easier to use threads. Um, I don't know why I went for async. As someone who's been doing Rust for a month, you're advancing super fast. I think like once I actually try to use async, I'll do a lot of looking back and oh shit, how did it work again? But I do have the advantage of at least knowing JavaScript pretty well, so this is pretty similar to the promises they use in JavaScript. So that does help. That does help me. And like I said, I'll probably be looking back a lot. Like, oh shit, how did it work again? Oh, I forgot to add as raw fd. I just saw that. Was it in IO? It's not in IO. Can you give me a little hint where I find srawfd? There we go. Thank you. Use std os std os fd srawfd. Yeah, there we go. So that's at least in there. Yeah, and we have the events. That's libc. Yeah, that's a C short. C underscore short. Alright, so we want mutable pull FDS. Pull FDS. So we lock it, so only we can use it now. We unwrap it. Yeah, that's basically it. And we do the same for pull wakers, so we just get them as mutables. That makes sense because we probably want to edit them. Pull away. No, hang on. Pull wakers equals pull underscore wakers lock unwrap. And I did notes over here. I should do. There we go. I want to say underscore. That's not the proper term. Under case. We need to do it under case. Pull. So in the pull FDS, we register a new one. That's gonna be libc pull fd. Yeah, we're using struct. Yeah, we're using that one, of course. So we get fd, that's gonna be whatever we passed as raw fd. And the events and re-events gonna be 0 because we're not using that. Oh, yeah, I forgot a little s over there. Wait, but events. Yeah, we're going past events as libc short. I can't find value events in the scope. Oh, because I did singular over here as well. There we go. Yeah, and then we add the waker to the pool of wakers. We push context waker clone. Alright, so we can register pull FD. We have the FD as raw FD and the events that are happening to it. So we can retrieve those later on. That makes sense. Now our async IO function can call the register pull FD instead of wake by ref dot accept and print all. Wait, what? Can call pull FD instead of wake by ref dot accept and print all our reads. So then can handle woodblock by setting pull in. Now need fuck. Oh, yeah, sorry, the right is missing a comma here. Now our async IO function call can register pull FD instead of wake by ref accept and print all our reads. All right, that sentence could be better. Could be better. I do get what he means though, because now we have the FD and we don't need to do the wake by ref accept in the print all. No, the accept and the print all, we can do the woodblock thingy different. Alright, so instead of this, what we're going to do is register the pull FD with, let's see, that's context. No, just a full context. We get the, wait, listener? Shouldn't it be like listener.pull ID? Apparently not. That's fine. libc pull in. You guys are in, right? Yeah. And then we have the right all, that's over here. So that's also going to be register pull FD with context. The FD will be the listener. No, you're not listening, you're a writer. You are the stream. There we go. And you are lib. Did I see ampersand implements SFD? Oh, right. Hold on, hang on, let me finish this one, then I'll look, because I think I get what you're saying. Pull out. There we go. Pull out game strong, I guess. Over here, implement as raw FD. All right, because they implement it, it just automatically gets make sure FD is the raw FD. Oh, that's so nice. Rust has so many nice functions like that. Like it's a bit of a hassle to get your head around it, but once you do, it's really good. I don't have my head around it yet though. I'm still learning. Resistable FD is a generic function. Yeah. Yeah, I still gotta learn a lot about how the trades work. Because I am kind of using them, but I just feel I don't completely have it in my head. It doesn't come natural yet. But that's just part of learning a new language and learning new syntax and all that kind of stuff. Okay, at least I continue. No, continue. Continue. It looks so wrong. That's wrong, right? Please don't tell me you write it like continuing. There's no E in continuing. Fucking English, man. I swear to God. It's a lot to learn. Traits are beautiful. Yes, like from what I've seen. And like stuff like this that just surprised me. Traits are so useful and I really need to learn them. But yeah, it's my I'm just really happy. Like I've been streaming all of my Rust learning and there's so many people come in like, hey, why are you not using this? And I'm like, yeah, I never heard of that. And that's how I learned a lot of new tricks. And it's really nice. I do always appreciate people asking me the real basic question, why are you doing that? Because I don't ask that myself often enough. Yeah, it's really cool. Like so far, the Rust community on Twitch here has been really nice to me. All right, let's see. If the awake flag check and clear, yeah. If there's nothing waiting, we can just go on. Uh, some tasks might wake up. Other tasks. All tasks are either sleeping or blocked on I/O. We use libc pull to wait for I/O on any of the pull FDS. If there are any wake times, use the earliest as a timeout. You gotta go to bed. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Do appreciate it. I hope you have a nice sleep. And I hope to see you again sometime. Alright, let's see. Let's mutable. Can I spuik? I don't know what spuik means, but you can share a link, definitely. I mean, I'm definitely interested. If you wanna just dump your YouTube channel or something, you got one follower in me. You can just dump links in chat as long as you're not spamming them. Rust Curious. Rust Curious. I love the username. I love the username. Alright, hang on. I'll just save that. Coming soon. Let's see. The bookmarks. You're gonna go into cool stuff. There we go. I'll definitely keep an eye on that, man. And do tell once you release something. It will launch this month. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm curious. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for stopping by, man. And then, once again, I hope you have a nice sleep. Alright, what's going on over here? We make a musical pull FDS. Yeah, we're getting pull FDS. Ciao. We lock it. We get the no lock, all lowercase. We unwrap the value, and we make a new mutable of the pull wakers. That's gonna be pull underscore wakers dot log dot unwrap. There we go. Wait, why are we? Oh, because I'm. I'm looking at the wrong stuff. Wake times. Yeah, we just need to have the wake times. We already have the wake times down there. What's going on here? Let mutable wake times log unwrap. Wake time keys. Okay. Timeout milliseconds. Wake time keys. Duration time saturation since instant now. What? Hold on. Okay, I'm assuming we're just gonna replace this if statement. So let's see. We get all the wake time. We already have the wake times. We don't need to get them again. We get the timeout. Let timeout milliseconds equals if let sum. So we're gonna declare a value. Some time. What's time? What is time? Oh, we get it from wake times. Oh, that is basically this thing down here. But then it's one if statement. Okay, that makes sense. So we get wake times dot keys dot next. So we get basically the first key from wake times because the keys are the same. I believe they are the times they need to wake up. I think we need to close this one. Let's see. No. We need to add it over here. Yeah, you're not ready yet. We're working on it. Okay, there we go. Equal. Wake time keys next. If let sometimes equals wake times keys next. No, that's right? Oh, I probably didn't save yet. That's why it's complaining. Huh. Alright. Oh, you need your function. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. Save it. No errors. Lovely. Yeah, alright. So now we have the next time. Yeah, we have the next save time. We go let duration equals time saturating duration since wake times dot get time. Right? Right. Dot keys. No, wait. Time duration since instant now. Oh, we're comparing the time. We're comparing the difference. There we go. Damn, that was hard. Um, we're getting the distance since between now. Wait, it's not time. Yeah, between now and the next unlock. Okay, so that's instant now. Instant now. So we get current time and we calculate the distance from the waker until that. And then we make duration as milliseconds. And we want that as a libc c integer. Oh, and that's what we're returning. No, made as millis. Duration dot s underscore. Oh, it's double L. There we go. If yeah, you're missing an else. That you are. All right. So we go else. We just return -1. Oh, and you need semicolon because we're finally finishing. We're not returning. Okay, after all preparation, you can replace thread sleep with libc pull in the main loop. It's a foreign function, so calling it is unsafe. Yeah, yeah, okay, but yeah, I mean we're using C, so it's got to be unsafe. So let's see in our main function. This is in main, right? Yeah, the thread sleep in main. Where is our thread sleep? Oh, it's over here. So we're just gonna basically unlock all of this or uncomment all of that. Next wake. If wake times is not empty, we're gonna get the next. It was about a thread sleep. Alright, so instead of this, we're gonna go let mutable pull fds equals pull fds dot lock dot unwrap. And we want the wakers. Let mutable pull wakers dit pull wakers dot lock dot unwrap. Boop. Pull. I typed FDS again. Wakers dot lock. I mistyped lock again. Dot unwrap. All right, and then we say let pull error code. So we're gonna write some unsafe code. I love that you have to declare, hey, this is unsafe, and I know it. All right, so we use libc to do the pull. Then it's gonna be pull fds as a mutable ptr. Then we have pull fds dot len as libc nfdst. I have no idea. nfdst nfds underscore tc. What else nfd? Looked into man pull, found this yada yada yada. Oh, it's specifically a pull thing. Int pull struct pull fd nftds. I want to know what NFDST is. The call should specify the number of items in the. Oh, it's a number of items in FTS. Gotcha. There we go. Scrap hill. Postage check. Oh god. Ugh. Yeah, I did. Oh god. My poor back. Ugh. Yes. Thank you for the postage check, Scrap hill. I was shrimping big time. I was shrimping big time. The worst part is you only feel it in your back after you sit up straight. So it doesn't hurt until you fix it. And then it's like, no. It's gonna hurt for at least half an hour. Oh yeah, you can have a semicolon there. And if we have an error code, we panic, honestly. If pull error code is bigger than 0, so if it's not 0, honestly, we return a new error, and that's going to be IO error, last OS error. Okay, what's going on over here? Mismatch type, expected unit type, found. What are you finding? Alright, apparently I'm not allowed to return errors here. Expected that because of default return. Nani? Did you secretly change what main returns? It's IO result. It is IO result. So that's IO result. Like that? Oh no, it's just IO result. There we go. Right? Fuck. No, it's not. No, it's not. What was it? App and main. Yeah, it was. It is this. Save it. And then over here, you're like, give the break a value of the. Okay, so you can break on okay, I guess. Alright. Sure. Last of all, when we wake up and libc poll returns, we need to clear poll FDS and invoke all the poll wakers. The main loop still pulls every task every time. And tasks that aren't ready will re-register themselves in poll FDS before the next sleep. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So that should be somewhere in the main loop. Well, let some entry. That's over here, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, because this is where we wake them all up. There we go. Yeah. No, not over there. So we should be pull fds dot clear. Clearing all. Yeah. We just remove them all. Pull wakers. Then we get all the wakers. And for each we wake them up. For underscore each. We do waker wake. Alright, so theoretically this should do the whole counting thing that it has been doing for a long. Okay. That's a lot of continuing. That's a lot of continuing. Where do you continue? Time to do laundry. F1. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Scorpio, and good luck on laundry. If awake checked. Oh, this is because we can skip everything. We don't need to pull anything, but we still have the continuing there. Boop. Okay. Well, it looks wonderful. It just works. Hopefully this adventure has made Rust async and async IO in general seems legitimate. It still does look kind of magical, but I think that's more because of Rust than because of async. There's a lot more to explore and look forward to, like future language features and all the gory details of Pin. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. Okay. Okay. Well, that was a pretty useful tutorial, I feel. I also feel, let's just quit. We can go back to this. I think it's. Oh, that was probably really loud, that Windows error. Hang on, Where's my sound settings? Where are my sound settings? This one, right? No, that's my headphone. Am I really this blind? There should be a little sound setting here, shouldn't there? It's not this one. No. God dang it. God dang it. Alright. We are back to our little Twitch bot. Let's see what this is all doing. Let's start out in main. There we go. Utils logger config setup log config, and after that we call our Twitch authorization thing. Oh. Unused. Okay, let's get rid of some unused imports first. We can just yeet that one out. I feel like the only one we need. We actually don't need any of these. Let's just get rid of all of them. There we go. And let's go to the Twitch crate. And we go to the, wait, was it client authorization? Oh, that's not the right one. Main, there we go. Twitch authorization. Oh, it was authorization in it. Okay, so we should go to this one. And gonna delete that one from memory. Alright, so what did we do again? We get our opcode from config. If we have it, we're gonna get the access token. If we have that one, we're gonna validate it. Validation should be done somewhere over here. Validate access token. If that's all okay. Yeah, if that's okay, it doesn't do anything. Otherwise, it's gonna refresh it. So that should be over here. We get a new token. We do our whole authorization stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Config create access token. Yeah, we get a return URL. Get refresh token. Okay. Yeah, we use the refresh token that we got earlier. Okay. Yeah. Jawohl. Alright, yeah, sorry. I just had to look at it how I did it. How it was set up. Over here we have handlers, handle Twitch event message. If there's a chat, if payload message text is follow age. Yeah, in that case we get the follow age. One shot receiver, chat the user ID. Yeah. We call Twitch. We're like, hey, give us info on this one chatter with this ID. If we have an answer, we translate it. Use the. If we get nothing back, yeah, that's if I. Hang on. If I type exclamation mark followage, because you can't follow yourself, it will be hey. Oh shit, I'm not running it. Of course it ain't doing anything because I'm not running it. Yeah. Cargo run. Let's see if it still works. Let's see if I broke it. Alright, I didn't break it. So if we do followage, you need to be a follower to get the followage. Okay, yeah. You need to be a follower to... Okay, yeah, lovely. Yeah, so we do this, we send out a chat message, and after that, we don't do anything. Okay, just looking at whatever else is in here. Get subscribe request data. What's this? Subscription request, get base JSON, type to own channel chat message. Result flag. Wait, what do you do? Get subscribe. Oh, this is like the basis that we can, I believe. I think we're using that one over here. Ask follow age, payload, chatter ID. Ask follow age, payload, chatter ID, one shot sender. Are you being used? Where are you being used? Hold on. Yo, Ace. Good afternoon, kind sir. One hydrate. Nice. How you doing? Get. I don't know where I'm using this. Hang on. Let me just look. Get subscribe We're using a set of Twitch subscriptions and this is declaration. Okay, so we're basically only using it here. Because we're getting... Oh, wait, I remember. These are all the things that we need, that we want our Twitch to be subscribed to. Like all the things that Twitch does that we want to get a message from, that's in here. You are EP. You are so original. Mate, I'd be really surprised if you got in here one day and like, I'm wide awake. I'd be so surprised. Hmm. Okay. Yes. What are we doing? What are we doing? From value envelope. Okay, so over here we get a chat message. Right now, like, I don't want this to be a big list of if-else statements. So what we're gonna do... First of all, we're gonna split this one off. Like, we're just gonna go over here. We're gonna make a nice asynchronous function. Do evaluate a request. What do we need for the evaluate request? Well, first of all, I'm just gonna go and... How many lines are this? How many lines do I need to copy? I think it's about 33, right? Yeah. Oh no. It's like 4 more. It's 37. There we go, 37 requests. And we're gonna put those, boop, down there. Save it, and now it's gonna be complaining a lot about everything that I just ruined. Which is fine. You know, I'm used to it. Actually, let's make sure. What's my git status in here? Did I make a little savey? I did not make a little savey. Let's make a little savey. Okay, so we go over there. Over here, we say git add whatever. Git commit min m minus m. Save working version. There we go. Okay, and now we can go back over here and we can redo what we just did. Okay, so what did I screw up? We close that one, we close that one. That one's closed. Okay, then down here. Oh, actually, you shouldn't be down here. You should be up there. Because you're part of the match? Yeah, you're part of the match. Like this? Okay, lovely. Lovely. And expect closing the... Yeah, I think... Okay, now there's still some things wrong over here, but that's fine. Over here we want the payload. And the payload should be Twitch chat message event. Save it. And there's no more complaints. Alright, what if I don't make this async? Yeah, there we go. I thought it would complain. And it did. So over here, what we should do is do a evaluate request. We pass the payload along. And that's basically it. And we need to wait for it to do something. So theoretically, it should still do the same, but we split it off in a different function. So let's have a check. We run it. There we go. It's setting up correctly. So then, if we do volage, alright, it still does the thing. So it should still be working. No, it is still working. We're not talking about should be. It is still working. Okay, then the next thing, that's actually, I'm just gonna go print line. Um, no, we're gonna dbg. We're gonna do a little debug, dbg. And what I want to know is what's in payload. What do you actually have over there? Cannot find dbg. db, no, that's not a G, that's a G. Use of partially, oh yeah. I can't just claim it. I have to borrow it. Partially move value, partial, nani? Partial move occurs because we're using partial move because payload chatter user ID has type. Right, but oh, we're using that up here somewhere, don't we? Yeah. Okay. So instead of dumping it all there, what we're gonna do, payload chatter user ID ask follow h, payload chatter user ID, chatter user ID response. All right. So yeah. So we're asking info from Twitch. We get a response to that over here. Then we check if it's text. If it's text, we try to put it in a follow h response. And if that's also, alright, over here we can dbg the user underscore list. Oh yeah, and then I need to do a little borrow. There we go. And what I then can do, is restart the program. Cargo run. And then if I go for the follow h, boop, it's sending an empty response because I'm not following. Is anybody listening will be kind enough to type exclamation mark follow h? I'd highly appreciate it. So I actually have some data to work with. Kind of annoying you can't follow yourself, although I do understand it, but for my specific use case here, it's really annoying. Don't I have a second bot account, something like that? I believe I made that once. Twitch.tv. Let's see. Can I find a little bot? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, everything's ruined. No. There we go. Everything's unruined. And I have to see if I still have my bot account. I think it's like underscore bot. Hmm. Hang on. Hang on. Didn't I do a little something a while back? God, this is annoying. It should be in here. I think I set up Google Out for it. No, that's for my main account. That's not for my bot account. Gosh darn it. This is why we can't have nice things. Um, it should be my Thunderbird maybe? Please don't open up on my main screen. It's gonna open up on my main screen. Thank God it's just my trash email. There it is. Alright, get over here. Do we have any messages from Twitch? Probably do. 100% discount. Yeah. It's apparently not over there. Okay. Oh wait, I do have messages from Twitch. Oh, there's no underscore. There we go. I just had the wrong username. So theoretically, hold on. There's my window. So I should be able to log in with like this. Ah, nice. Okay. Wonderful. Login verification. Yes, sir. So we copy, we paste. We are logged in. No, I don't want to add my phone number. So then we go to myself. This one ain't following either, but that's easy. Oh shit. There we go. Uh, oh god, I must verify my number before I can follow. Uh, damn it. Phone number is linked to another account. Additional. Okay. Well, that's annoying, but that's fine. Okay. Uh, whoop, whoop. There we go. Well, I think the first thing I could probably do is just start adding more commands that I want anyway. Ooh, another highlight. Hang on, actually, Ace, could you type exclamation mark follow H for me? I want to get some data and I don't know how it's formatted, and I can't follow myself. I did do a little height ready though. There we go. Thank you very much. Let me just grab this. And I can open a little notepad file. So the data is formatted like this. Now we need only, quotation marks, we only need to get the current date from this date. Uh, let's see. I'm just gonna save this one over here. Paste? No, no, paste. All right, and then we just remove that. There we go. All right, so that's how it's formatted. Working with dates in Rust. Date and time from the Rust cookbook. There we go. Measure elapsed time. Calling std instant elapsed to return a time duration that we print. Measures time since time. Okay, so we need to. Alright, but this is if you're already using the thing. I think we're bound to use Chrono. Rust Chrono. Chrono aims to provide all functionality needed to correct operations on dates and times in the proleptic Gregorian calendar. That's a mouthful, if I ever heard one. The daytime time is typed somewhere by default with separate. Don't care. Don't care. Yeah, okay. So I'm afraid. Let's actually have a look if we don't already have that in here. Yeah, Chrono's already in here. I already added it at some point. So no need to suffer with doing that. And I think it would be smart if we just use if we make utils. We're not talking about config. I think I want to make like a time helper thing just because I think I'm gonna be differentiating time more than once. Probably. Don't know when, but it will probably happen. So I think it'd be better. Wait, I had the utils, right? Source, utils, what's in here? Yeah, and then we just create we do touch util time.rs. There we go. So we just create a little time thing that we can put our time helpers in. We're gonna open that. Oh, we also need to add it over here. We say public mod time. There we go. So we can save that. Then we go in utils, we open time, and we can remove this one. Okay, so chrono, eh? Do tell, how does this work? Chrono, date and time. Chrono aims to provide all functionality needed to the correct operational time. Datetime is time zone aware. Honestly, don't really care about datetime. Chrono supports various runtime environments and operating system has several features that may be enabled or disabled. But yeah, we have allocation and enable functionality that depends on the standard library. Yeah, fair enough. Enables reading local time zone. Yeah. Enables reading the system time. Sure. Yeah, we kind of do need that. Interface. Yeah, if we were using WebAssembly, we could also use the JavaScript date API. Ooh, you allow cert? We can use cert to convert time. That's interesting. Chrono has time delta type representing the magnitude of time spawned. This is an accurate duration representing. Hold on, my setup is still screwed up. And it's add time. Lovely. Delta time was previously named duration. Time delta still faced as type alias. A notable difference with a similar core time duration is that a signed value is used instead of an unsigned. Yeah, so you can go negative. So if it's in the future, you actually get a response that's how far in the future. Nah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I get it. Data to prevent a daytime time zone for more abstract moments in time tracking, such as internal timekeeping. Okay. You see. Hold on. So if we say use chrono date time. Alright, ads are over. Yeah, I did a little bit of reading on the chrono documentation. Yeah, because we're getting a UTC timestamp. What's it called again? I think it's an ISO timestamp, like the one we're working with. This one. And I'm hoping there's just a datetime from timestamp. Well, no, it's not an epoch timestamp. Use timestamp to get time. No. Alright, let's just see what FC allows us. Get time. We're passing a time string as string. So let's see what we can do with this. So if we go let dt equals, so it should be a datetime from native UTC and I think it's native UTC and offset, right? Low-level method intended to use cases such as deserializing from its components and naive datetime in UTC and offset. No, but you need naive date time, and we just have a string, honestly. Converts this type to a reference for an input from string. Parses a string s to return a value of this type. Alright, so we can try this one. Time str, and then we just dbg. We just dbg. dbg. There we go. Dbg. Dbg. We just dbg it. Then we're just gonna go to main. Oh, no. There we go. And what we want is utils, utils time. Oh, I did make it public, so we can't access it from there. Yeah. Pup. With this little puppet. What's going on? What are you complaining about? Expect okay. That's fair. That's fair. And we're just gonna make this a str. There we go. The type must be known at this point. Sure, datetime. I consider giving DT where type for struct datetime is specified. Well, Nani? Oh, we need to. Yeah, hold on. Let's see, multiple imp satisfying datetime for string found in the chronocrate. Implement from string datetime fixed offset local UTC. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go let datetime UTC. Can I do it like this? Don't think so. No. So you're gonna be datetime UTC. UTC. That one. Save it. Mismatch types, found enum. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go unwrap that. Lovely. At least there's no errors. No way it's working. Well, I mean it should at least give us something, I think. So we're just gonna copy this one. Copy it. Paste it over there. And let's see if it complains. Doesn't seem to be complaining. So we can just run it. Oh, actually, hold on. Because we're just gonna disable this little part. Because we don't need to do the whole Twitch connection bullshit. Because we're not using it. We're just... Okay, it doesn't throw an error. So presumably it's a daytime. So then, we should be able to get the delta time. Naive data from that. Delta, time delta. Chrono has a time delta. Okay. Assign duration since. Alright, but it should be. Let's go back to the time helper. So we should be let delta is so we should create one that now, I'm assuming. Date time. We just make it UTC as well. Datetime now? How do you create from native datetime fixed offset? Local DT from datetime. Let's see, how does Chrono want me to create a date as now? Chrono date now. Local now, that's what I wanted. Or well, since we're working UTC, It should just be UTC now that's returning a datetime. Yes. UTC now. Dot. Unsigned. Times it. What was it? From local. It was over here somewhere. Weekdays. No. Fixed offset's not what we want. Formatting and parsing is not really what we're interested in. Delta. Time delta. Try seconds that unwrap. Time delta was previously named duration. Yes. I believe there was an example somewhere in here. Signed duration since. So I would expect it to be duration since. Right, what if we just sign it? DT? Is this acceptable? Yeah, okay. And then we do a little DBG. DBG. DBG delta. Let's see what it says about this. Alright, so it gives us an amount of seconds. Delta dot num seconds. Okay. So that's good. So get time since. Alright, so we can use this. Create a UTC string. Actually, instead of like over here, so we're gonna be returning a result. So the result will either be a string or some kind of error. Let's see, is this allowed? Try using variance enum core result. Oh god. Fuck. Why can I not remember stuff? I should use it over here somewhere, right? Function do follow age request is never used. Yes, it is. It's literally over here. It's here. Rude. Shit. Why can't I remember my return types? Wait, do you even need one? We just say it's either string or you get an error. No. Or you get an E? Cannot find E. Use std error. Can't find E in the scope. Yeah. Okay, that's. Okay. Okay, but before we do this, hold on. Let's just, there we go. We just don't return anything from now. So, we're gonna start out, let dt, that's gonna be a datetime in UTC equals, shit, how did I do this again? So we have, yeah, we're definitely doing this, but we're not doing the unwrap. Instead, we're gonna go match. If it's okay with value, we just return val. If RE, we just return E. Expected one of da. Uh, shit. How did let's see. Rest variable declaration inline match. Something like that. Can you use variables in a match pattern? Match flow construct. Yes. Matching with option T. Okay. Yeah. 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 Rules 9 match rule. Yes. But I want to do the fancy inline stuff. If let. There we go. That's the one. Show me chapter 19. Uh, if let. Rust. If let. Match optional. That. Yeah. If let sum I equals letter. Matched. Otherwise, deconstruction field change to the field case. Okay. So, if I am correct on this, hang on, undo, 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 undo. Yeah, we're just gonna undo. Yeah, the copy paste. Comment that one out. There we go. So it should be if let this else paste save. What's wrong here? Expected semicolon. Why? If let some I is letter. If let is not for this use case. Let some I equals number. It goes to matched. Yeah, but we can't say it like this. Dang it. I know this is a thing though. Additional if let. Chapter 6 we discussed how to use if let expressions mainly as a shorter way to write the equivalent of a match that only matches one case. Optionally if let can have corresponding else containing code that runs if the if let doesn't match. Yes. But it's not really the inline match I was remembering. Match code, you're doing that. Yes. Match is the variable matches, the code pattern matches. Enum still work well with this. Okay, yeah. Let X is that, some other thing S. Yeah, I feel like I should do this. And then match DT. If it's okay, we're gonna do all of this. Yeah. Paste that. We can remove these. Alright, this is it. Let's see. Expected semicolon. That's absolutely fair. That's on me. We add a little semicolon. Found enum result date. Alright, so I do need to oh, wait. Hold on a minute. So remove like this, yeah. So we go match this. if it's okay, we have the DT. There we go. And then we have the RI. And on error, honestly, we're just gonna ignore it. Well, maybe we do little print line. We just do little print line. Error. We're not using the variable, so we can do it like this. Type annotation needed. So let's see. Can I do it like this? I don't think it's like it's gonna complain. Data mute C from sync comparisons cannot be changed. Oh yeah, I need to do the thingamajig. This one. All right, so now we have UTC. What do we have here? Just result error. All right. So we do use std result result. And you're gonna be returning either a string. Save it? What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, I didn't add stupid dash. Consider using one of these. Use std r. Okay. So we're gonna use OK and R of this one, and then over here, instead of error, we're gonna use error. Expected type found variant error, not type. I mean, I'm not running it, SWAT. So sorry, it will not do anything right now. How you doing, man? It's been a while. How's it going? Try using the enums from its core result. Try using the variance enum core result. What? Core result. You want this one? Then remove that. Async. Been following since 2022. You probably are. Yes. You want to try it out? I can just ignore this all and put it up for a sec. Should be in main. There we go. So we just ignore this. Then remove this. Go to the end. There we go. Remove that. And then if we do run it, there's an unexpected error. Oh no. Oh no. What did I ruin? It's in WebSocket. Wait, what? It's not. It's in time. Time? What are you complaining about? Unexpected. There's nothing there. Don't worry about it. Alright, here. We just delete the whole fucking file. I don't care. I don't care. Just run. Run, you bastard. Why are you building song? Address main panicked at the Nani? I'm sorry, why is everything broken? Why is everything broken suddenly? You're safe, right? Your fighter made a plan to make some guards for Warhammer, making the Vostroyan firstborn soon. TM. Very regiment could Google it. Wink, wink. Oh god, very pretty. Do I need to open like private mode to Google this or? These are just British dudes with gas masks. At least that's the vibe they give up. Just looking at this, especially the first one, like this, the fucking red coat. This is just British propaganda. With a red coat. Russian with a red coat? Nah, fam. Nah. This is British propaganda. Why is it broken? Why are you broken? Why do you suddenly break? Probably because I did I did a little oopsie whoopsie. But I don't know what. What's going on? This is just warning. Could not init logs, no such file or directory. I know why. So we go up one level and then I do run and then everything goes. There we go. The fucking red code looks is so British coded in my mind. Praetorius can refer to a historic Roman entity or modern video game. Praetorian Guard was human of the Roman army, served as personal bodyguards and elite troops for the Roman Empire. Are there very specifically like one guard? I gotta say that's also very British. Yeah, okay, this looks more colonial era Britain indeed. The head that I only know from that one Madness clip. You should be able to do like exclamation mark follow ace nu. Now. I don't know why my last word went Dutch there. And it should at least give you something. But there we go, 2022. Zzz. What? Zzz. We snoozing now? Alright. Let's cut that out. And we can go back to this one. And then we go over here and we redo this all. There we go. Alright, what's going on over here? Expected result unknown. Missing generics for result. I mean, shouldn't it just... Why am I so bad at this? Why can't I just write a normal result? God damn it. Rust return type result. STD result TE. Yeah, you should just be okay R. Result version static string. Alright, so hold on. I can do this. So you're either string, like we're gonna return a string, that's the time duration stupid thing. And we need an error. And I'm guessing Chrono has errors in there. I fucking better have errors in there. Exports module structs enums. Out of range. Enums, traits, durations. Do you have like an export for like a generic error type? Time delta, UTC, weekday. Since locate unstable localis. Formatting, naive offset prelude. Chrono error rust. Chrono format parse error? No. Parse error in chrono format. Crate build broken by chrono. Boom. I just can't find the proper error type, which is kind of annoying. How did I? God, I just lost. Let's go back to this one. Yeah, like the generic error thingy. Alright, but over here, what's E? Let's just remove this line. There we go. And we just return E. What are you complaining about? God damn it. Result error. So you're just like result. No, but we don't need to return a result over here. We just get the string. And over here, what we do. I'm thinking. It's hurting. Ugh. Alright, we're just gonna go string from uh, delta dot num underscore seconds. Yes, and then over here we're gonna borrow this out. Okay, so far so good. Actually, no. Trade bounds. Yeah, from I6. Yeah, okay. String from value I64. Why are you complaining? Because you don't know what is working. Okay, so we need to do use std str from str. Okay. What's this code meant to do? Well, this part of the code is meant to get the time that you get from like the follow age. Like right now, it just dumps the date, right? You just have this stupid date. Oh, let me just create a new line. There we go. You just have a stupid date, and you want to know. You want to know better. Like you would like to have years or months or something like that. So I'm converting that to uh, basically number of seconds, and from there I can calculate how many months, weeks, days it has been. So I can I can get it in a proper formatted area, and I can return that, and I can show that, or I can send that in the Twitch chat. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit annoying. I don't. Well, we definitely need to return that. And it's complaining string from the trade bound to string from I64 is not. Alright, but you expect a string from parse error. Alright, hold on. Because you should be result. You go either string or you get a parse error from chrono parse errors. There we go. So you can just return E. That's lovely. And this is complaining that you don't know how to convert the seconds to a string. Trade bound to string following Rust string from I64. What are you complaining about? The import fails because the from string trait is now in std string from string, also from string no longer in the prelude. Yeah, but I'm using that. Use string from string. But you should I do because hold on. From string from underscore I from underscore. Is there an I64 in here? No, dang it. Do I need to go like dot parse? I64. No method found. Parse. Nani? The preferred way to convert strings to integers. No, but I need to do it the other way around. It needs to be from I64 to str. I64. The string is expected to be an yeah. Alright. Actually, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, because ads are starting very soon. All right, I am going to take a little break, get my head empty, hopefully, and I'll be back in a few minutes after the ads. Alright, we're back and we got some spam. Shoop. So we ban the spam. There we go. Alright, what this is telling me is that I can't do it like that, but can I do? Actually, no, I got a better idea. I think we can just hold on. So over here we get the delta. Yeah. Why don't we return this? We go to the end. Where's the end? There we go. Um, do we return? You see from that. Time delta, right? Yeah. Mismatch types. Ah, yeah, that's hmm. Expected result, time delta, chrono, parse error. Do I need to do it like chrono? Try wrapping the expression in. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. I don't okay the expression, so of course it can't return as a result. Match arms have incompatible types. Yeah, and you need to be wrapped in an R. There we go. Dang, okay. Uh, so remove that. Alright, so now we can get the datetime. And then we're just gonna create a different function. A pub function. Um, con, convert time. Yeah, sorry. Since convert time delta to proper to formatted string, and you're gonna accept the datetime. That's gonna be a TD actually. TD is gonna be a time delta, and you're gonna be returning a string. So just to prevent errors, we're gonna go string from yeet. No semicolon at the end. There we go. Unused variables. Yes, we know. We are aware. Okay. So we pass the time that has passed. We make a new mutable string td underscore string. And that's gonna be td dot get dot seconds number of seconds. There we go. Alright, I think the highest we should go is a year. How many seconds in a year? Can, can, can I just get like a number? God damn it. This one. This is what we need. Copy. Paste. There we go. So we just say we can make like a little helper function. Calc time by unit. Calc time by calc delta by. That's not a good name. We'll get there. We'll get to it, because what I'm thinking, like, you get time that's just unsigned 64, and you get the div that's also unsigned 64. Sorry. Yeah, no, it should be U64. There we go. And time, I want time in unsigned 64. TD num seconds. Wait, can I dot to, not to string, to own to bytes? Because this right now, let's see. Okay, if I go TD string. No, not TD string, what I'm talking about. Also, you're not a string. What the heck are you going on about? What am I going on about? Alright. TD seconds. There we go. TD seconds. Alright. Then over here, we want to do calc delta by. So we use TD underscore seconds and this. And this should be the year. Save it. Semicolon. Save it. TD seconds. Unexpected U64 found I64. You can and Pacific. I mean, I64, unsigned 64, dot. Okay. Try into Rust. Try into. Okay. So you should try to. Alright, so we should try into like I64. Better ID. Chrono get seconds as U64. Convert duration to U64. Duration as seconds. Song duration and pursuit duration from path.unwrap as secs. No, but it's talking about num seconds. If I go as seconds, returns to fractional. I don't care about fractionals. Seconds gonna be I64. Alright, well, maybe I should just use integers. Chrono always return. Yeah, Chrono always return. Chrono return unsigned 64. Weekdays Chrono converts 64 to an optional time. Yeah. Daytime in Chrono. U64. No. Because it's all I64s near. It's all integers. But I don't really care about the integers. Like, I don't want you to go negative. Timestamp macros. Chrono time delta U64. Time duration with nanosecond precision also allows for negative duration. Yeah, but what if I don't want negative durations? Make new time data with a given number of hours. Okay. Check mid days. Makes a new time data with a give. No, we don't want to create some. We want to new num milliseconds, num seconds. What's seconds? Oh, that creates a new one, and this returns the number of seconds in time delta. Try seconds. Make a new time delta. No. But my question remains: what if I only want it to be positive? Okay, you can't be bigger than I64. That's fine. Chrono versus time. Duration in chrono. This is the same stupid thing. Okay, well, I guess we gotta go. Yeah, try into unsigned 64 dot unwrap. Like, if this comes out negative, we're seriously screwed. Expected value. Try into. Try into rust. Try into. Similar to from and into, try from and try into a generic trace for converting between types. Use for available conversions. Alright, but what if we go into? Try from value. Try from 8, even number. Expect value found built-in type U64, not a value. Yeah. I mean, I get that U64 is not correct here, but I'm kind of confused about what's going on, or rather, how I do that. Uh. Please give me dark mode. Thank you. My God. From and into trace. Use from trade to trade, convert into our type. Convert I64 to U64. Rust. Yeah, Mr. P. Hello, hello. How art thou doing? My app uses U64 but stores them in a database, takes and returns U64. The compiler in release mode is clued up enough to recognize that num U64 Y64 from bytes to byte. Libs API provide cast unsigned, cast signed methods as a way forward. Wait, can I cast them? Rust cast unsigned to signed integer. Doing okay, about to take the third off. Which order though? That's the real question. From converts except only what are considered to be invaluable while as okay. So can I do let test is U64 from conversion integer to big endian. That's big endian NE bytes creates a native endian integer. Can do I have to do this and then say td underscore seconds dot to ne bytes td seconds. This is really clear that we probably let td seconds underscore unsigned. I'm afraid that Kel is going to break his. He's so unstable. I'm guessing you're in the, let's see, third ode. What's going on again? Is that in the, is that Oathbreaker? Might be Oathbreaker. That's a good part though. Yeah, call Canada really as something. Alright, let's get rid of all of this. There are shades. Oh, they're over there. They're after the thingamajig. What's it called? Field rescue of Konar. Hmm. That's such a good part. Fucking Moash, man. Fucking Moash. Alright, TD seconds. Yeah, seconds unsigned. There we go. He's out by someone we know. Yeah, fuck Moash. Alright. Okay, but what if, like, let's make this mutable again, and we're just gonna do this in one thing. So we're gonna say U64 from NE bytes. And we're gonna convert this to NE bytes. There we go. And we can just yeet this out of here. This can be TD seconds. That's it. Delinar is gonna lose as well. Yeah. Ah, it's such a powerful thing, man. Such a powerful end. But then you're pretty far towards the end, ain't you? That's pretty much the end of Oathbringer, I believe. Alright, let's get this out. Oh, hold on. I probably want to keep that one. Alright, so then what we should do, we get the delta over here. 1/3 left. Damn. Yeah, it's a good part. It's a really good part. Oh, I know. Hold on. What we can do, we're gonna return over here. We're gonna return two values. It's gonna be unsigned 64, unsigned 64. First one is the number. So if I get this correct, let first, that should be time. Yeah, time divided by differential. What I'm doing right now, I made a beautiful. I made a follow age command, but all it returns right now, I should have it. I don't have it. It just gives you the date that you've been followed, and now I'm trying to convert this date in like how long ago that is from now, in like the forms of 1 year, 2 months, stuff like that. So I'm writing functions to work with that. Cannot find function get time in. Oh god, did I ruin it? Yes, I did. Well, ruin is a big word. So what we do? Let's see. Oh no, we'll get back to this later. Let's first think on this. Can we do? How do I floor stuff? Floor in Rust. Rust math Explore. You're looking for a character's name in the original book English. Can you help me? Probably. What character are you thinking on? How do you round a number up or down? Try using round scrape, but it doesn't work, or I'm using it wrong. You can use floor. Yeah, that's what I want. Num underscore. That woman radiant. You have any idea how little that narrows it down? Which one? The sergeant. I believe she's called Azure. Azure. Cosmere? Let's see. Yeah, it's Azure. Like that. She does play a role in other books, so be careful if you're scared of spoilers of googling her, because there are spoilers in there. Huh? Aw, I thought I was gonna get a hug here, but no. Mr. P doesn't want to hug me. That's fair enough, though. You knew she's from another book universe? Yep. I don't know if you read the book, so I don't want to spoil too much. Alright, what is happening here? If let's just return 0, 0, so it's not going to complain about that. And print line. And it's going to be first dot floor. Wait, why got a floor? Oh, you will be using. What do you get here? Show it to me. You just knew no idea if she's an MC or not. Kinda, she kinda is. She's like one of the three main characters. Should I read it after Stormlight? I do highly recommend reading it. Yeah, it's like kind of pitched as a prelude. Like you should read it before Stormlight. But you're only missing some minor parts. Nightblood's in there as well. And some other characters that also make their way to Roshar. Alright, let's see. Over here. We have Coke Delta by this. Could not compile WebSockets. Being WebSockets, we get one error. Can you tell me which book? It's Warbreaker. It's all Warbreaker. Oh yeah, so utils, time, convert time delta to a string. And then over here, instead of get time, it should be get time since. What are you complaining about? Oh, you're not unwrapped, that's fair. Unwrap it. Okay, lovely. Thought Warbreaker was the one. Huh? Am I Warbreaker? Fancy novel. Warbreaker. That serves to. Yeah, no, it's Warbreaker. Warbreaker is the prelude. After Oathbringer, God, what's after Oathbringer again? Was it the Lift novella? Stormlight Archive novellas. Stormlight Archive, let's see. Yeah. What do we have over here? That's all the world. Novella? Oh, novellas. Yeah, you have Edge Dancer and Dawn Shard. Yeah, like officially after part 2, Edge Dancer takes place, and after part 3, Dawn Shard takes place. Which are really cool. Like, they're not mandatory, but they're really nice to read. I like them a lot. Oh, damn, we can compile. Let's go. Compilation. No error. Time 0. That's fair, honestly. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. It should be 2 now. Yeah, there we go. 2. All right. So then we can go back over here. So let's see. Amounts passed. They recently released a Roshar game. Do you mean the RPG? Yes, I have seen that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the tabletop RPG. Yeah, I pre-ordered it. I got a whole group to play it with, so I'm really looking forward to that. Are you interested in getting it? I could get you the digital files if you want. All right. So in this case, we're first one talking years. So we calculate the amount of years that have passed, and then we need to have the rest value. It's modulo. Modulo. So we say time percent diff. So that should be our return value. Not really. You'd love to. Wait, what? Alright, so we have mutable TD seconds. So then it should be years TD seconds equals. Is this allowed? Cannot find value years. So should we just go let years? Do we need to declare that? Hmm. That's how your brain works. Fair enough. Okay, so we just need a lot of let mid years equals 0. So we want year. We want month. Month. You think you have ADHD? That's that shit. That sucks. Oh, sorry. I had a really bad burp. I didn't want to burp in the mic, but yeah. I mean, if you have the ability to do so, get it checked out. I got it checked out. Apparently, I did have ADD, and since I got medication, it helps a lot. Wait, is this not how it works? All right, hang on. Let mod days. Let mid hours equals 0. Your company will fire you if you get diagnosed. Oh God. Oh, that. Holy shit. All right. Yeah. That's fair enough. That it's not fair enough from there, but it's fair enough not getting it checked out for that. But that really sucks. Holy shit. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go minutes. It's fine. Yeah, you're not used to working on it. Value assigned to years is never read because overread. Maybe it is overwritten before being read. Yes. Yes, it is. I'm very well aware that that's happening. Variable years is assigned to but never used. Alright. Then we go. Let result equals string new. You will be mutable. You're getting into Warhammer 40k then? Like the actual figurines or the lore of it? because it makes a big difference. Alright, so we should go if year is bigger than 0. We say result. It's like an append. Ah, it's add time. Okay. Rust string append. How do I concatenate string in std? You shouldn't use that for string concat. Do I double in 4K? No, I don't. I do not. Um, see years. Expected ampersand string found string. Oh, there we go. Ads are over. But no, I do not. I do not double in 40k. I probably would be interested in it, but I already got so much to read on about. You finished Rogue Trader, nice. I want to play that at some point. That's like somewhere on the big list of stuff I want to play once in a time. This is just 2 str, right? No? What do we have with strings here? To string. Save? Save? Consider borrowing here. Alright, hold on. We don't need to do that. We just do that. And then we remove all of these. And you should be happy. Beautiful. Okay, parentheses. Yes, I keep using the stupid parentheses. There we go. Unused muds. Yes, my problem is if I don't declare you there, you're gonna complain over here. Could not find value years in this scope. So what do you want from me? Rust get a value. Rust save store. What's it called? What stupid tuple in variable? Rust tuple, yes. Tuple return type. I think that's a better question. It's the way to annotate return types in Rust, please. Tuples, let's see. Right, so you can do that. Yeah, but I'm interested in the tuple. Interested in tuples as a return type. Seems good for tuple simulates. Why did they even break their paths? Do you mean oaths? Yeah. Is it rhetoric? I'm not sure it is. Oh, I need to do let. I need to let it. Let it be. Let it be. There we go. So now you are. Variable does not need to be mutable. Honey, I was pretty sure you need to be mutable. Well, okay, so are you gonna complain over unused variable? TD seconds, TD seconds. Well, apparently I can just override it, which is kind of confusing. Alright, so we have the year. After year comes month. Oh no. Oh no. How many seconds? How many seconds in a month? Oh no. I don't want to keep track of the months. Chrono, how many months? Rust. They gathered in the field, just released their swords and dead on his vision. Does it make sense? Oh, you're talking about the heralds. The heralds specifically. That will be explained later on. So you gotta read and find out. Chrono, and we're talking about time delta. Time delta, God. Months in time delta rust. Months in chrono. Time delta? Anything about delta in here? Time delta? Yeah, just a generic time delta. Dang it. Checked duration, num weeks, but there's no num years or num months. Wait, no, there's not. Relative duration. You spoiled a friend's womb. I let them to start the series. Ah, wait, you got spoiled by someone? That's kind of rude. About CZ. Oh. Ah, you don't want to get spoiled about CZ. CZ's really cool. The Chrono util provides relative duration, which is extending Chrono's duration to add more. Oh. Chrono utils? Are you up to date? Chrono utils. Time delta. Chrono utils time delta rust. I forgot an R. The way you read says it. Set. Sorry, it's set. Says it's from Mistborn. Theft. Damn. Alright, what if average seconds in a month? Average number of days. That makes kind of sense, yeah. Months to conversion. Okay. Still different, not that much. Yeah, sorry, CZ's just entirely wrong series. Alright, this is an approximation because I don't wanna count numbers per different month. I'll probably fix this up later, but for now we just leave a little add to do with that and ignore it. So I'm gonna say there's 30 days a month. Yeah, that seems fair to me. Alright, so we say hold on, before we do anything else. This over here needs to be up here. And this one, I want this one declared over here. There we go. String from yeet. Oh, I forgot a semicolon. Oh yeah, I was still typing over here, so that's fine. So we say months and a new TD seconds. That's gonna be calc delta by TD underscore seconds. And we're gonna go 269,800. Then we copy this, paste it over here. First we're gonna do if results dot len. If there's a result, we need to add a little. We need to add a comma and a space. So we say result plus is comma space, and after that we say months. And there's yeah, I know. I always do the stupid parentheses. And you don't need them that often, but I still do it. Can you read Jasna? You just want me to say the name Jasna? I gotta admit though, I've mainly been listening to the audiobook, so I took over pronunciation from there. And even then I put my own Dutch accent over it because, you know, Jasna. Jasna. It's Jasna. How would you pronounce it? Gasna? No, wait, you don't. Hmm. I don't know how you would pronounce it. Jasna just sounds natural to me. Gasna? Wait, you guys use your J as a K sound? Gazna. Sasna? With an S? S sound? Sasna? J. Yeah, with J. Jasna. With a Y. Jasna. Right? Right? J. J. Yeah. Jasna. Jasna. That's, yeah, J. Jasna. Yeah. Alright, it probably should be Jasna, something like that, but I'm lazy. I don't want to do the J. It's just Jas. Yes, it is. It's Jasna. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes. Jasna. I think that's how they pronounce it in the audiobooks. Also, I'm sorry, in Dutch there's not a difference between the Y and the J. So we pronounce them the same way. That's probably why I'm fucking up. Alright, hold on. Over here. So we have years. After that we do months. And basically after that, it's gonna be, we just yank these lines. We put them down here. Over here, instead of years. No, hold on. Back. We need to go back. This shouldn't be years. This should be months. It's probably Jasna. I don't want you want to be Jasna because that just rolls off the tongue like nothing. Oh shit! I didn't want to remove it. I wanted to copy it. There we go. So copy that, yeet it down here, and we need to do days. Days. Boop. Then over here we say days. How many seconds in a days? That's 86400. Gonna check that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Seconds in a, actually just 3600 times 24. 86400. Lovely. Uh, if there's any days. Wait, there's another one because we do wanna have to, oh god. Alright, so if there's days. Sorry, if there's days or the result.len is bigger than 0, yes. Because if you have like, if you're following exactly a year, it should, or let's say a year and 3 days and 2 hours, it should be like 1 year, 0 months, 0 days, 2 hours, something like that. Yeah, we should always show them, hold on, or results.len is bigger than 0. Result singular. Well, and we don't need to check that in years because there can never be one yet. Alright, so we have the year, we have the month, we have the day. If days is bigger than 0 or result length is that, then we add over here, we say days. That's going to be days. Then over here, let's grab these. We do a little savey. We go for hours. Actually, I think we can stop at days. Who's ever going to look at how many hours there are? I think days is a logical place to stop here. Yeah, I talked myself into it. I can always add more. I can always add more. Alright, so over here, we can remove this. We don't care about the leftover there. Instead of this, it should be an AND with the Oxford comma because I have principles. And we basically just return results. TD seconds. Variables, but you are not mutable. Stop complaining about not being mutable. Alright, so theoretically, over here, oh, we can test this out. If we call this, it should convert it into, there's nothing. I don't, oh wait, hold on, I don't think we're actually showing the output anywhere. Let's go back to where we call it, that's in main. We just do a little dbg action over here. Then we run it again. 2 years, 97 months and 2 days. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. 97 months? 97. That's 8 years. I think I might have made a little oopsie there. Len 0 using is empty. Whoops. Alright, let's just replace that through the whole file. If we do .len, hold on, what? So we wanna, through the whole file, we wanna replace something. If we see .len is bigger than 0, we wanna replace it with is empty. with a little dot over there. Those. Save it. And then we just need to add a bunch of exclamation marks. Actually, we can do that as well because I'm lazy and I want to do it like that. So everywhere, let's do a search. If we find result dot is underscore empty, we want to replace with exclamation mark result dot is underscore empty. Yoink. Save. Alright. So that should be done. What did I do wrong with the month? With the months. TD months, TD seconds. Yes. So if you say there's 30 days in a month, it should be 86400 times 30. That's, I think I missed a zero. Like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's in the million. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I missed a zero. Still no idea what I'm trying to code. Alright. Alright, hold on. Let me check if it works. There we go. Alright. So I'm making a Twitch integration right from my stream. And what Twitch lets me do is like go to a follower and be like, hey, since when has this person been following me? Give me a date. And then Twitch is like, oh yeah, it's they followed you at this date. But what I would like to do is let someone know, hey, you've been following for so many months, so many weeks, or not weeks. Let's say 3 years. What are we working here? 2 years, 9 months, 24 days. So what I need to do is get this date and calculate how many years are in there and how many months and how many days. So what I'm doing right now, I get the number of seconds, how many seconds ago this was basically. And then I do a bunch of, well, not so fancy, a bunch of basic maths to filter out how many years are in there and then how many months and how many days. That's basically what I'm trying to do right now. Well, more honestly, that's what I succeeded in doing right now. So we're gonna enable this again. Oh, go to the end. And I'm gonna do that. Then we go over here. Ooh, oop, 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 oop. Yeah. Single match, try if let. Okay, don't care, don't care. What is Rust? Rust is a programming language. It's a language I'm learning and using for this. There we go. All right, so we should be about here. If you want to import time, refer to it directly. But yeah, Rust is the programming language I'm using for this. Utils config. Alright, we don't need to do utils config explicitly. Well, we need config and we need time because that's where we were just working. And over here, we can just use that time and that time. Alright, so over here we say let dt equals time get underscore time underscore since followed at date. We get a value from that. And then over here, instead of all of this, what we can do is say time, convert time delta to format a string, and we pass cat. Cat, please don't climb on top of my monitor. They can hold you. TD, TD, TD. Ooh, thank you for the bitty, Mr. P. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you stopping in more, but I do appreciate the bitty. But I'm happier to see you than the little bitty. Cannot find value TD. Yeah, because it's DT. It's a daytime. Spend it wisely. I will not. You can make me. Oh shit, what's going on here? Expected one up? No. Okay, so theoretically, hang on, I need to run this. I need to run this. Run it. Are we still allowed to do Twitch stuff? All right, yeah. So still, if I type volage, it's gonna tell me no, there's nothing. But if somebody else were to do volage, like a Mr. P, maybe, very maybe. Because I can't follow myself, so I can't test it myself. I really need to get my bot account working. Gonna do that. There we go. 3 years, 6 months, and 28 days. You've been following since 26th of January 2022 at 15:57:26. That's about 3.5 years, yeah? Oh, that's lovely. I'm really happy that worked. Like I can add the hours and stuff like that, but I feel like that's such so irrelevant. Where's my price? The price is the love you will always have for my heart. Is empty, and then not save it. Wait. Oh yeah. There we go. What are you complaining about here? A single match. I mean, honestly, that's fair. So instead of all this, we should go if let okay val equals response. And then let's see, we can do that. Remove that. Alright, hold on, go back. We need to go from the bottom up instead of from the top down instead of from the bottom up. We should go to the deep one first. You are complaining. This one's complaining. It's saying that it should be if let okay user underscore list equals all of this. Yoink. If that works, we can do that. How we can stop it. We can do this. Alright, hold on, go back. Okay, that didn't work out the way I wanted it. That's okay though, that's okay. Then compare, yeah, okay, so we're fixing all of that. We have fixed that. Now we actually convert the data into something that's readable. Single match, try if that. You seem to be trying to use match for deconstructing a search using if let for further information. Okay, so let's try this again. If let okay response underscore text. Oh Oh, okay, val. Excuse me. If okay, val equals response, we can do this. And then we should remove this R over here. These, save it. As it matches, save it. Oh no. Hold on, I should remove the last R. There we go. Save it. Yeah, I'll see you later, Mr. P. Thank you for dropping by, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll probably get out of here pretty soon as well. I just wanna make this a bit more nice, a bit more beautiful. After that, I do really need some dinner. It's already past 7. And I'm hungry. I'm a hungry boy. Alright, if let, okay, fall equals response. Wait, not response. Wait, no, hold on, go back. Go back. Go back. Save it. Do this. And now you're complaining over here. I feel like... There we go. Now we get some proper errors. Unexpected expression. If this is response, okay, fall match tags. Nani? Single match you seem to be using. No, but I'm not. Why are you like this? Alright, we need to go to handlers in a second. So what if we just jump to here and go back to here? Like I'm trying to wrap it in a single match, but it's still complaining. And it really low-key annoying me. So what I'm gonna do is just remove from memory. We're gonna get handlers back. Here we go. Let okay fall. What? What? Okay, save it again. Match response. Huh. I mean, yeah, it is right. We're using a lot of like single, what do you call it? Like single purpose matches, which does sound, which probably is wrong. So it should be if let, okay, val equals response. We do this. Then we make a new one if let, okay, response text equals val.text.await. And we have that one. And then we should be able to say if let use okay user underscore text user list, excuse me, user list equals this whole thing. So let's just copy that because I'm lazy. Wait, did I just fuck up my copy? I probably did. Alright, yank until end of line. Then we go over here. We paste it. BBB. Delete. Space. Alright, if let that is that. And then we should be able to just yank these. What's this? 18? That's about 18 lines. So we should be able to do that. Put it down there. Save it. Oh no. Oh shit, it's add time. Okay. Save it. Oh god. File text await. The size for value string cannot be known. Compilation time. The type state not implemented. Oh yeah, I just straight up forgot that. Okay. Value moved there. Alright, so I do indeed need to borrow this. Oh no, no, I need to do it over here. Oh, we're using it down here. That's fair though. There we go. Oh, that looks so much nicer. Holy shit. Can I also still have the DBG in here? DBG exclamation. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Alright. So we go back to this. We remove this, remove that. Alright, that's alright. Well, I did finally manage to do like a little of if-lets instead of doing matching when it wasn't really necessary. Alright, so let's restart it, see if I ruined something or not. Would be grand if I didn't ruin something, but you never know. You never know. So if I do volage. Shit! No! It crashed! It fucking crashed! You need to be a follower. Yeah, you should be over here. Let's see. If let okay user list. Shit. Option unwrap on a non-value in handlers line 42. Wait, what? DBG exclamation mark user underscore list. Oh, and let's borrow that, shall we? We shall. It's probably working if you're following, but if you're not following, it will just crash everything. Lovely. Alright, let's see. Volage. Alright, the data. If you're not, if you are empty. I switched it around. Did the wrong way around. So it wouldn't have worked anyway. Let's see. Volage. You need to be a follower to get a followage. That's just beautiful, isn't it? Alright, well, that's pretty good. Like, we learned a lot about async. New super models, Twitch chat. Yeah, okay. And, well, we did make this a bit more beautiful. A bit more able to see it. I did. It just reads nicer this way. Because we do follow age request. We still have this. Yeah, I think with that I am going to call it for today. I will be back in 2 days on the Monday. Probably working some more. I'll try to have a little think about what the next step is. I think I'm first gonna implement a bunch of chat commands. But we'll get there when we get there. Anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for following, chatting, lurking, whatever you did. I do appreciate it as always. And I hope to see you all Monday.